These railway tracks should never have existed. They cling to cliffs thousands of feet high, as if a single small vibration could send the entire train plunging straight into the abyss below. There are bridges beneath which there is no land at all, only a storm-tossed ocean. And there are also railway lines built at elevations so high that even breathing becomes a challenge for humans. Can you believe that there are trains forced to run across permafrost that shifts every single day? For more than a century, humanity has continuously tried to bring railways into places that seemed almost impossible to reach, through rocky mountains, across tropical rainforests, up onto plateaus so cold that steel itself can crack from the extreme temperatures. Yet nature has never easily accepted it. Ocean storms have swept entire trains into the water. Avalanches have erased entire railway lines within only a few minutes. Earthquakes, falling rocks, and extreme rainfall still threaten these railway tracks every single day. The most terrifying part is that many of these railway lines are still operating even today. What would you do if you knew that hundreds of feet beneath your train window was a deadly abyss? From bridges stretching across the ocean in India to railway lines running across the roof of the world in Tibet, to tracks cutting through still active volcanic regions in Japan. Now, we are about to begin a journey into the most dangerous railway lines on Earth, where every trip feels like a gamble against nature. Running parallel to the old bridge and stretching about 1.3 miles long, Pamban Bridge creates a very strange feeling when viewed from above. Unlike ordinary railway lines that cross plains or cut through rocky mountains, this railway bridge almost disappears into the middle of the ocean. The tracks extend like a thin steel line across the vast blue sea, so small that at times the train looks like a toy drifting across endless waves. This is the railway line connecting mainland India to Ramaswaram Island in the state of Tamil Nadu. But what makes this place famous is not only its beauty, but also its fragility. On both sides of the train, there is no land, no forest, no mountains to create any sense of safety. There is only the sea, an enormous body of water, constantly moving beneath the train wheels. When the train begins moving onto the bridge, many first-time passengers immediately fall silent, because at that moment, they begin to realize that they are truly in the middle of the ocean. Powerful sea winds sweep across the train cars. The air is so salty that it can be clearly felt on the lips and skin. On rough sea days, waves can crash directly against the steel pillars beneath the bridge. Looking down from the train window, the water sometimes feels so close that it creates the terrifying sensation that a single unusually large wave could swallow everything instantly. That is what makes Pamban one of the most visually haunting railway lines in the world. Pamban Bridge was built in the early 20th century, during the period when India was still under the control of the British Empire. At the time, it was considered one of the greatest engineering achievements of its era. Constructing a railway bridge in an environment filled with salt water, powerful winds, and tropical storms was extremely dangerous. During storm season, this place transforms completely into another world. The sky turns dark gray. The sea begins to rage violently. Powerful winds scream through the entire steel structure, creating sounds as if the bridge itself is trembling in the middle of the ocean. For many decades, engineers have had to constantly fight against the corrosion caused by sea salt. Over time, salt and seawater vapor can destroy metal structures far faster than in ordinary environments. That means this bridge almost never truly rests. Even when no trains are passing across it, the ocean continues attacking it every single day. Today, the bridge has been upgraded and reinforced many times. Modern weather monitoring and safety systems help reduce the risks. But the feeling of unease has never completely disappeared, because Pamban is not like railway lines where the danger exists only at a sharp curve or a steep section. Here, the entire journey exists within danger, especially at sunset, when the final light of the day reflects across the sea and the train slowly begins crossing the bridge. The scene becomes both beautiful and terrifying in a way that is difficult to explain. And it is precisely in that moment that people begin to understand why Pamban is not merely a railway bridge, but something closer to a symbol of human ambition. Indian Railways is one of the largest railway systems on Earth. Its total network stretches across more than 42,000 miles of active railway tracks. Indian Railways serves more than 20 million passengers every day during many normal operating periods. Every day, thousands of passenger and freight trains operate simultaneously across India. The Indian Railways system connects almost the entire country, from densely populated megacities to remote deserts, high mountains, and distant coastal regions. Many railway stations in India experience unbelievably massive passenger density, especially in cities such as Mumbai, New Delhi, and Kolkata. During major holiday seasons, passenger numbers increase so dramatically that central stations often become completely overcrowded. People pack every part of the platforms. Luggage is piled into enormous heaps. The sounds of station announcements, train engines, and massive crowds merge together into the chaotic atmosphere that defines Indian Railways. Many trains are forced to operate continuously with almost no time to rest. Pamban Bridge is among them. During many periods, a single stretch of bad weather can disrupt the entire Indian Railways system. And when that happens, the impact goes far beyond delayed trains. It can paralyze the movement of millions of people. This reveals a very unique reality about Indian Railways. This system operates on a scale that feels almost unimaginable. In many major Indian cities, trains become so overcrowded that passengers are forced to cling to the outside doors while traveling. Massive railway stations operate almost 24 hours a day. Endless streams of people continuously flood through the platforms like a current that never stops flowing. For local people, this has become a normal part of everyday life. But for the rest of the world, witnessing the overwhelming crowds of Indian Railways makes many people feel that it is one of the most dangerous railway systems on Earth. Amid the frozen wilderness of Alaska and Canada exists a railway line that gives many people the feeling of looking at a living relic from the era of conquering northern North America. It is the White Pass and Yukon route. This railway line stretches for about 67 miles, connecting the town of Skagway in Alaska to the Yukon region of Canada. At first, that distance may not sound very long, but the astonishing part is that within only a little more than 60 miles, the train climbs from nearly sea level to an elevation of almost 3,000 feet through extremely dangerous mountain terrain. This has made White Pass one of the most famous mountain railways in the world. When the train first leaves Skagway, the landscape still carries the feeling of a northern coastal town. But after only a short time, the entire world outside the window begins changing rapidly. Vertical cliffs begin rising on both sides of the railway tracks. Freezing waterfalls pour down from the mountain slopes. Dark pine forests blanket the steep hillsides, stretching all the way into the low cloud layers. And then the train continues climbing into colder and more dangerous regions. Many sections of the tracks cling so closely to the edge of cliffs that passengers can look directly down into canyons hundreds of feet deep below. There are narrow curves where the entire train bends along the mountainside like a steel serpent crawling through the wilderness. Winter here is especially terrifying. Temperatures remain far below freezing for long periods of time. Thick snow blankets the railway tracks. Freezing fog causes entire sections of the mountains to nearly disappear from sight. But the greatest danger has always been avalanches. In the White Pass region, avalanches have thundered down the mountainsides at horrifying speeds, crushing everything in their path. At certain times, the entire railway line becomes almost completely isolated by snowstorms. That makes every train journey here feel like a challenge against Arctic nature itself. Yet it is precisely that harshness that creates a beauty that feels almost surreal. When the train crosses steel bridges suspended between snow-covered mountains, the landscape looks like a film about humanity's era of conquering the wilderness. clouds drift low across the mountain slopes. Blue-gray glacial rivers lie deep beneath the valleys. And in the distance stand gigantic mountains, showing almost no sign of life. Today, the White Pass and Yukon route has become one of the most famous railway lines on Earth because of its beauty, which feels both wild and dangerous. Amid the Andes Mountains of Ecuador exists a railway section so dangerous that many people feel unsafe simply by looking at it from afar. It is called Devil's Nose, a name that sounds like a legend, yet it is completely real. This railway line stretches for about 7 miles. The total journey lasts around 2.5 hours, including about 1 hour stopped at Sibambe Station, where visitors can watch traditional dance performances and visit a small museum. Viewed from above, this railway track appears to cling directly to a vertical cliff face. Below lies a deadly abyss. Above rise gigantic rocky mountains. And in between, a tiny train struggles to crawl through terrain that almost seems impossible for railways to exist within. What makes Devil's Nose famous is the extremely dangerous steepness of this mountain region. At the time, the engineers faced a challenge that seemed almost impossible. The Andes terrain was far too steep for trains to climb in the normal way. If they tried to build the track straight up the mountain, the train would almost certainly lose control or lack the power to overcome the elevation. And so, they created a strange solution called the zigzag switchback system. The train must move forward for a distance, stop, then reverse in another direction before changing direction repeatedly to slowly climb across the mountainside. Seen from afar, the train looks as if it is sliding sideways along the edge of an abyss. In many sections, simply looking out the window is enough to make passengers feel dizzy. The empty space below is so deep that the rivers far beneath look like tiny silver threads lying between the mountains. This railway line was built in the early 20th century under extremely brutal conditions. Many people consider it one of the bloodiest railway construction projects in South American history. railway was completed, nature still did not stop. Heavy rain in the Andes frequently causes landslides. Rocks from the mountains can fall onto the tracks at any moment. Dense fog causes entire mountain sections to nearly disappear from sight. That makes every train journey across Devil's Nose feel like a negotiation with nature itself. Yet it is precisely that danger that has transformed this place into one of the most famous railway journeys on Earth. Devil's Nose feels like a surviving scar from an era when humanity was willing to challenge even the most dangerous terrain simply to push railway tracks deeper into the wild world of the Andes. Amid the dry Andes mountains of Argentina exists a railway line that makes many people feel as if the train is leaving Earth itself. Its name is Tren a las Nubes, meaning the train into the clouds. This railway stretches for about 135 miles, beginning in the city of Salta and gradually climbing into the high mountain regions of the Andes. What makes this place extraordinary is not its length, but the terrifying elevation the train must conquer. Many sections of the railway lie at elevations above 13,000 feet above sea level. At this altitude, the air becomes noticeably thinner. Breathing becomes heavier. Skin and lips dry out quickly because of the cold, moistureless air. Even sound itself feels strangely different within the vast emptiness of the Andes Plateau. As the train begins leaving the lower regions behind, the landscape outside the window slowly transforms into a world that feels almost lifeless. Trees disappear. Gigantic rocky mountains stretch endlessly toward the horizon. The ground turns red-brown and cold gray beneath the harsh sunlight of the high plateau. Tren a las Nubes is famous throughout the world for its system of viaducts and railway tracks suspended above deep abysses. To overcome the dangerous terrain of the Andes, engineers were forced to build dozens of bridges, tunnels, and twisting curves clinging to the mountainsides. One of the most famous symbols of this railway is the La Polvarilla Viaduct. located at an elevation above 13,000 feet, in a landscape that seems to contain nothing except rock, wind, and sky. When the train slowly crosses the bridge, the first sensation is not speed, but emptiness. On both sides, there is almost nothing except deep abysses and gigantic mountain ranges stretching endlessly into the distance. Clouds drift low beneath the railway tracks. Freezing winds sweep across the train cars, and the entire train feels as if it is floating in the sky above the Andes. Tren las Nubes is not a railway journey for people seeking absolute comfort. It feels more like an expedition through a land suspended between the sky and the mountains. As the train continues climbing higher into the Andes, people begin to feel unmistakably small, because in this place, nature does not merely feel vast, it feels completely indifferent to human existence. Between the hot, humid rainforests of Thailand and Myanmar exists a railway line whose very name sends chills through many people. It is called the Death Railway. Unlike railway lines made dangerous by snow, mountains, or deep abysses, this place is terrifying because its history was built upon human death. The railway stretches for about 258 miles, connecting Banpong in Thailand to Thanbuzayat in Myanmar. Today, many sections no longer operate as they once did, but the remaining parts are still enough to make people feel the haunting weight of the past. During World War II, the Japanese military wanted to create a transportation route through the jungles of Southeast Asia to support the war effort. And so, tens of thousands of prisoners of war and forced laborers were driven into this tropical jungle to build the railway under brutal conditions. But the most terrifying part was the speed of construction. The workers were almost forced to complete the railway within an impossibly short time. They had to cut through rocky mountains by hand, build wooden bridges above deep abysses, and lay railway tracks through dense jungle with almost no food or medicine. Many died from exhaustion, many died from disease, and many simply disappeared into the rainforest, never to be remembered by name. It is believed that more than 100,000 people died during the construction of this railway. That is why it became known as the Death Railway. When looking at the sections of track that still exist today, the haunting feeling has never truly disappeared. One of the most famous sections of the railway runs alongside the cliffs above the Kwai Noi River. The wooden railway tracks cling directly to steep rock walls. On one side stands a dark cliff face. On the other lies the deep river flowing far below. As the train slowly moves across, the sound of steel wheels striking the tracks echoes through the jungle. Many of the wooden bridges appear so fragile that passengers feel as if they are traveling through a surviving relic of war itself. But the most unique thing about the Death Railway is its atmosphere. The tropical rainforest here is incredibly beautiful. Green vegetation blankets the mountainsides. Morning fog drifts low across the river surface. The sounds of insects and jungle birds echo constantly through the hot, humid air. But the more people learn about the history of the Death Railway, the heavier the landscape begins to feel, because beneath that tropical beauty lies the memory of the suffering of tens of thousands of people. From railway bridges suspended above the oceans of India, to train lines crossing rainforests, volcanoes, and deep abysses in South America, all of them reveal just how far humanity has been willing to go in order to conquer this planet. But the more people look at those railway lines, the more they begin to realize a humbling truth about humanity. Nature has never truly been defeated. A single storm can erase an entire bridge in the middle of the sea. An earthquake can bend railway tracks within only a few seconds. And a single avalanche is enough to bury every trace of humanity beneath freezing mountains. These trains do not merely carry passengers, they carry ambition, recklessness, and sometimes the horrifying price humanity once had to pay to carve pathways through places that seemed impossible to cross. Perhaps that is why the most dangerous railway lines on Earth create such a uniquely powerful fascination. And when the final train disappears into mountain clouds, deep jungles, or endless oceans, people begin to understand that this planet is still far larger, wilder, and more terrifying than humanity ever imagined. And if you want to continue exploring strange, dangerous, and almost impossible places on this planet, subscribe to the channel right now, because the next journey may be even more terrifying than everything we witnessed today.